trying to wash the bad taste out of it.
Yeah, the focus has always been turned to Missouri. You can't do anything to change the past, obviously. We wish we would have won that game, but it's on to the next. So since that moment, we've been focused on, once we found our opponent was Missouri, we've been focused on beating them. And we're excited to be down here in Dallas. We're having a great time so far. The venue has been great. The practice facilities, everybody that has to do with the Cotton Bowl has been tremendous towards us. So we're just having a great time out here in Dallas.
As a wide receiver, does it matter if a quarterback is like a vocal leader or a lead by example guy? I mean, is there a palpable difference that you guys feel? Because we've talked all along about Kyle and Devin having very different personalities. Mm-hmm. How does it change the way practice goes or the way the locker room feels? What's the difference?
Well, I wouldn't say just for a wide receiver. I feel like the entire offense as a whole, it can even motivate the defense, when you're playing those games. When it comes to, the different styles of practices, I feel like it hasn't been, too much of a change. I feel like Kyle and Devin are both people who do a good job of leading the offense and kind of rallying the troops. That's what a quarterback is called to do, is to be the field general. And I think that's a trait that, Devin has as well.
Emeka, how much are you looking forward to this game and maybe being the top passing option for the quarterback?
That's not my mindset going into the game. Just, another opportunity to play with, my best friends, and at a great venue like this, you can't be too mad at it. So,
have you made your decision on next year yet?
I have not.
Just kind of what went into the decision to come back this time around and play in this game?
Yeah, I felt like it was just another opportunity to get on the field with, I don't know if I'm leaving for the NFL. I don't know if I'm coming back. So, just another opportunity to be able to showcase my talent, but also play with the dudes who, I worked all off season with. We grinded in the weight room together. We've been through ups and downs together. I feel like not playing would be sort of like stranding them, and I just love being on the field with those guys. So, yeah.
Obviously, you missed a couple games.
Guys, we are going to bring Devin Brown back.
We're playing, I imagine, through some things. How much has this month or so given you to get healthy, and how much of a difference can that make in a game like this?
Yeah, I mean, every day you're gaining another percent, back from an injury. So having a little bit of time off to get my body right has been huge, especially with the training staff that we have. They're able to get me, as close to 100% as I can each and every week that we play. So having this extra time off has been really instrumental in getting my body right, and I'm feeling good going into the game.
You talked to Coach Hartline about maybe you having some frustration with not being 100% at times.
Yeah.
Is that true, and how's that been? How did you deal with it?
Yeah, I would say it's true, but at the same time, this is football. I've never heard of an uninjured football player throughout their entire career, so I can't really, there's no woe is me, because everyone gets hurt in football. It's kind of something you have to, come to grips with and face. But as far as getting me through, I've just been relying on, the ultimate source of everything, which is Jesus Christ. He's been my rock through all of this, and he's got me through all the hard times, all the ups and downs, whether it's keeping me humble when I'm doing good, and being my rock and a shoulder to lean on when I'm feeling down. So, he's not just for me; he's for everybody. And I truly believe that. So, if you're having trouble with something like that, I would suggest going to the main source of everything.
And how much did you look back on Jackson's year last year, having to deal with that injury?
Yeah. Like I said, it's something that comes at every point in some player's career. Unfortunately for Jackson, it came at a season where he really wanted to play with his brothers, and I was sad I couldn't get to share the field with him again, because he's one of my closest friends. But you see what he's doing now. He's doing great in the NFL. Scoring game winners every other week. So I'm super proud of him and excited for what he's doing in Seattle. My home city. So being a Seattle fan, growing up, it's kind of cool to watch. And when I go to visit back home, I'm able to see him. So I feel like everything, ultimately works out for the best, and it's going to be up to God's will.
So how excited were you when you watched that drive and you saw that?
Yeah, I was super excited. I texted my parents right away. I think they were like 30 seconds ahead of me, so they kind of texted it and spoiled it for me. But no, it was great. I was super excited. I shot them a text right away, gave them all the best restaurants, all the best spots to check out. So, yeah.
Ironically, you're kind of playing his role in prep for this game. I mean, Marvin doesn't look like Marvin's going to play.
Right.
But if you felt yourself being more of a leader than before this last month, I mean, getting ready for this game, Emeka, how much responsibility you feel to bring along Carnell Tate, Brandon Innes, et cetera. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, every year that you're at Ohio State, you kind of accumulate more experience and you accumulate all those things that the young guys may not have. So, with each and every game and each and every season that I play here, I become more of a leader that someone has to rely on. And it's not just me; it's all the older guys.
Yeah.
And Devin's kind of stepping into that role as well. You know, he's the quarterback. We all look to him for guidance, all that type of stuff. So, there is a sort of gap that I need to fill. Not saying that it wasn't filled before, but it's just it's kind of just how it trends here at Ohio State. So just rallying the troops and making sure the younger guys are set and square to go away for the game.
How ready is Carnell Tate for this moment?
Oh, he's always been ready.
Well, yeah, that's like Denzel Burke. He's always been him. He said yesterday.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you? I mean, you know, what I mean, when you say that, what just stands out about his readiness?
I feel like Carnell, Marv, and I, like we all share certain similarities when we were young guys as freshmen. We just came in with a sense of I want to handle my business. I'm not here for any of the the rah-rah stuff. I just want to come here, play the best football I can, grow as a player, and that's exactly what Carnell has done. He doesn't bring the essence of a young guy to our receiver room. He's kind of like a seasoned vet already in his first year. So I think that's part of what made him ready.
Are you? I don't know. How impressed is not the right word here, but the way he bounced back from losing his mom, the way it happened in the middle of the summer, just what does that just tell you about his maturity, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, I can't sit here and say that, he's been dealing with it, at like the best way he can. I don't know what it looks like behind closed doors. But one thing I can say is that every time Carnell is in the building, there's not a wasted moment. There's not a wasted rep, and he goes about his business super professionally. He brings a light to everyone's life in the room. Everybody's face brightens when he walks into the room. He's a true joy to be around, and to go through something that tragic at that young of age and at that time period, it's something that gets me a little choked up. So just seeing him, he's a huge inspiration for all of us, and I love him to death.
Coach Hartline mentioned the way this room's been elevated year after year, and then he said he's not sure how you can take it to another level. What have you seen from those guys what do you think maybe that next level looks like whenever it is that you are out of here?
Yeah, I can't say what it'll look like, but I know that Zone 6 is going to find a way. We've always trended up in the right direction, and we continue to expand our track record and the things we continue to do year after year. So I have no doubts that the freshman class coming in is going to do great things, whether I'm here or not. And that's kind of just what Zone 6 is. It's a place that builds on top of each other and keeps stacking years and accolades and all these type of things. So you're going to have great players here, year in and year out.
When you look at this offense, and I don't want to say anything about Kyle, he led you guys all year long, but how does it feel different through bowl prep with Devin under center? What's the mentality there?
Yeah, I mean, there's an adjustment period to all new types of things. Even at the very beginning of this year, going into a new season with a new quarterback, our offense kind of found a new identity. And it's the same thing with Devin stepping in. You have a new general, manning the ship, and it's not been bad. It's just been different. So we're learning that. We're going through all those learning curves, and I'm super excited for what we've been able to accomplish in practice and what we're going to display to the world on Friday.
When you see his arm and his legs, what do you think most stands out to you? If you had to say to someone what makes Devin Brown great?
Devin Brown is a super positive player. Not the innate traits that he was gifted by God. His arm, his legs, all that type of stuff. It's the personality he's accumulated over the field. Just being immersed in the culture of Ohio State is something that really sticks out with Devin. And he's the first one to greet you after he makes a good pass. He's dapping up all the linemen after great blocking. He's just a positive energy to be around. So he's going to get that circulating around the offense, and it's going to be a well-oiled machine.
You talk about his personality. He wears 33. Yep. Wears a bolo tie to games. Yep. What is he like behind closed doors? Not on the field, but just that's.
Yeah, he's just super, bubbly, joyous guy to be around. Great personality. I love Devin, and I think he's a great player. I think his personality shows through the field, and yeah.
Looking at the matchup against Chris Abrams, what have you seen on tape from him? Coach Hartline said that you guys expect a lot of man coverage. Where do you see an edge in your game in that man coverage?
Yeah, I have a ton of respect for Missouri, the opponent we're playing. Both their offense and defense, they've been able to accomplish amazing things this year, and their corner has had a really amazing year thus far. Really, all of their corners. So having that matchup is something that I've been looking forward to, just to be able to display my skills. And I'm sure if he's a competitor, he probably feels the same way. So. There's not necessarily too many things I can highlight about his game or about my game, but just the fact that I'm looking forward to competing with him.